Hello, everyone. So I'm taking a little bit of a break from my DIY synths because I took a nasty spill on some ice, and hopefully I didn't break, but I really messed up my left wrist and hand. So I can't really properly do the fine motor work that's required for circuitry and whatnot without creating shorting blobs of solder all over the place. So taking a little bit of break from the synth project. Now but it's still staring me in the face because it's here on my desk. This big bundle of wires and panels and knobs that is just so close to being done, so close to finish wiring up. And what's particularly hilarious is the current incarnation is actually uh, hexagon. So I started doing kind of like Eurorack modules, then kind of like these square desktop. And now that I've been slowly evolving the circuitry, but also like the format, it's now a honeycomb of modularity. Pretty amusing, but I think it'll be a lot of fun once I get everything wired up. But to do that, I gotta heal. But what I can do is work on other things. And since this channel is all about things that I create and things that I do, I wanted to share again with you my BBS. So what is a BBS? That is a bulletin board system. And they're essentially like, before there was internet, people logged onto BBSs as a sort of online thing where you talk to people, shared files, played games, things like that. So it was like the pre-internet internet, but it's very local. So it was somebody local who set up their computer, opened it up to, people dialing in on the telephone-based modem. And it was just a lot of fun. And that happened during sort of my formative years, and I had a lot of fun. So it influenced me heavily. So now, because of my age, that's what I kind of cut my social media teeth on. But I've seen the internet come into prominence, develop into the horrible, grotesque state it is now, and I'm just lost. I can't deal with what the internet has become, especially with AI slop and bots that have polluted really every aspect of the internet, but especially social media. And you mix into that all the awful politics and the manipulative capitalist systems that kind of like drive this engagement, enragement machine to keep people upset, to keep people scrolling, to keep people looking at ads. Like I just can't deal with it anymore. So I try to avoid as much as possible, though I've been on a bit of a doom scroll recently with everything going on here in America, watching our country fall to fascism. But I needed a refuge, kind of both technologically, but also just something that wasn't overstimulating. So I really went back to where I started with BBSs. And I wanted to create something that had some modern conveniences, but still looked and functioned and was simple like the old BBS days. So that's why I created the Dead Internet Society. You can check it out at disbbs.org, disbbs.org. To register a new account and join requires an invite code. So if you're interested, comment below and I'll let you know how we can connect and I can get an invite code to you. So the BBS is very much in a state of development. I'm always adding features, trying to improve things, but it's been an interesting challenge also to put my brain back into what is essentially just a command line terminal interface. So let me show you. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And you first come to the sort of the main menu. As you'll see here, unlike it's not really menu driven per se. It very much has like a command line operating system vibe. You navigate and interact with the BBS all through slash commands. So in this case, you go here, it just lists the most common one. You can also do slash help to see an extended list of commands, including in my case, admin commands. It lets you do a lot of stuff, send messages. I have, well, let's go through the features. So let's go to the main. The most common place to hang out is chat. That's where most people go, new people go. Literally just what you would expect. It's just people talking about everything. Now, there's also a social media Twitter-esque sort of feed where you can post short things, where I can like post and put in a message. And then when you type feed, you can see everyone's messages. So that's kind of fun. I'm the only one who uses that, but that's okay. We also have a message board. Oops, if I can type correctly. And this is so you can reply to, so you can actually take a look at what topic. Again, a lot of me complaining about Stranger Things finale in this case. We have links where people can post fun and interesting links, so you can comment on it. I also have a news section. This just currently grabs the 10 latest headlines from The Guardian. Very trustworthy news source. Working on messages. I don't believe I have any messages at the time, but you can do /DM to message people directly, and that will show up in your messages. I have announcements, which also shows when you first log in. But if you go to announcements, you can see, and it's just whenever I update with a new feature or something changes, I let people know. Of course, we have about and rules, but that's still kind of a work in progress, trying to kind of come up with those and whatnot. You can also, there's profile where you can view your profile or the profile of another person. You can also do commands like users to see who's online, and this is the total number of users. Now, for a while there, I was aggressively pruning everything. Messages, message boards, news, link postings, even users. I was, just to save kind of like space and keep things nice and tidy, I was aggressively cutting those after a very short period of time, which didn't really make sense since we're a relatively small community still. So unfortunately, some of the members I have kind of got cut. So if they want to come back, they'll have to recreate accounts, and that probably annoyed some people and they never came back. But, you know, c'est la vie. Hopefully, if they're interested, they'll recontact me for a new invite code. But I actually removed some of that aggressive pruning of stuff because because we're a small community, yes, some message board posts did not get replied to for a while and got pruned, and it kept things a little too tidy for such a small community. One of the most recent things I'm working on is games. Now, door games were the go-to thing when you went to a BBS back in the day. And they were all text-based ASCII games, or fancy graphics games. Very simple. So you had things like Legend of the Dragon, Trade Wars. I know those are some of the big ones that I played back in the day. That's a little daunting because this BBS is a 100% pure custom code. 100% pure custom code, it means that I can't just take existing door games and like ratchet them, or like bolt them onto my existing system. So I would have to basically redo all the games from scratch. So that's a little daunting. And originally I was incorporating them directly into the BBS, but then it made the code kind of messy. So right now I've come up with a new system where I've just have a shared authentication. I built my own kind of BBS authentication that actually can share it with an external web game, some browser game. So you can essentially go to the BBS, log into whatever game. So the only one I have right now is a really bad Pac-Man ripoff that is buggy as heck, but it's just a proof of concept to make sure that my authorization system works. So this basically just opens a new browser tab, and you can go in and, in this case, play a really, really, really bad procedurally generated Pac-Man game. Yay! But anyway, but I intend to bring in a lot of games. I'm actually working on some crazy things like doing like a 2D ASCII-based Minecraft type of game, and I want to do some crazy interactive fun stuff. But anyway, that's pretty much the current state of the BBS. If you're at all interested in joining us, again, comment below and I'll figure out a way to get an invite code to you. Yeah, you can see it as it develops. Again, I'm creating it as a fun respite, safe space, I guess if you want to call it that, from the madness that is the current social media arrangement fest. I'm tired of that constant, spiral, the constant doom spiral. So I needed something that just felt cozy and small and safe and retro. That's why I did this. And this is the ongoing project. It's something I'm constantly developing when I have time. It's a lot because it's only me developing it. Currently, I would like to get some more people involved as time goes on. But yeah, so if you'd like to come join us, some like-minded folk who want to escape to the halcyon days of early tech, let me know. But in any case, I'm going to go continue to put some ice up my wrist, continue to heal, and hopefully get back to my DIY synths. And maybe I'll come at you with a new video soon about that and probably some other creative projects that I'm working on. In any case, if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.